This is the one instrument in the orchestra that you will hear over any and all others. It doesn't matter how loud the band gets. It doesn't matter how large the venue. The xylophone always stands out, for better or for worse. It cuts through anything. You can't help but hear it. I'm serious, check it out. Let's make some noise. I know, you're watching this at home on your couch. Start clapping, yelling, whistling. Get loud. Some of the greatest things to ever happen won't. What do you say we change that? When I was towards the end of 9th grade, my mother was worried about me. You could probably see why. I was a good student. I got good grades, I had a few friends, but I didn't stand out. I'd go to school, come home, practice piano, do my homework. That was about it. I'm worried about you, my mom said. You're just cruising along. I don't want to see you waste your time anymore. I don't want to see you waste your life. So here's what I'd like you to do. After school tomorrow, head down to the band office, speak with Mr. Huff, and bring home a xylophone over the summer so you can learn it. Just like that, my mother was heard. With those words, she made a difference. With my best interest top of mind, she changed my world. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, there are 7.6 billion people alive right now. Of course, not all of them will have an incredible idea in their lifetimes. And by incredible idea, I mean something truly great, something that could change the world. Certainly not all of them will take the action needed for those incredible ideas to have a chance. But if just 0.1%, that's 1/10 of 1% of those 7.6 billion people have a grand vision. And just 0.1% of those 760,000 grand visions are cozied up with a driving purpose. That leaves us with only 760 world-changing ideas, all backed by the action to make them happen. And in that case, some of the greatest things to ever happen still won't. I don't mean to depress you, and I'm not here to be a naysayer. On the contrary, I believe some of the greatest things to never happen should. I also believe we have a communication problem. It takes more than an incredible idea and a driving purpose to make a difference. No matter how incredible your idea, no matter how driving your purpose, no matter how deep your belief and your passion to see it through, never underestimate the importance of being heard. When you're not heard, you're never remembered. When you're not heard, you don't get the chance to be understood. When you're not heard, no one repeats what you have to say. When you're not heard, your idea doesn't get what it needs to live. It might have changed the world, and none of us will ever know. We have a communication problem. The way people consume information has changed. The way we articulate our incredible ideas has not. There are lots of ways to approach creating a message that resonates, grabs your audience by the emotions, and compels them to act. And every single one of them, if they're going to be successful, has 3 things in common. We've seen one of those things already. The xylophone stands out, for better or for worse. You can't help but know it's here. On its own merits, it's daring. While that's notable, it's not enough. Congratulations, you're daring. You grabbed attention. Now what? To be heard is also to be understood. And to be understood, your best bet, embrace simplicity. Let me show you what I mean. What you may consider a crazy complex piece of music, Flight of the Bumblebee, is anything but. When I play it slowly, you realize this is simple. I speed up the tempo and it only seems more complicated because it's faster. But when the simple can be mastered, the simple can be remarkable. To get to this place takes technique and practice for sure, but it also takes discipline. Too many people with incredible ideas dive into the detail right off the bat. They may have grabbed attention, but being heard unravels as they veer further and further into the weeds. They believe they have to get you to understand their idea as deeply as they do, and they forget what it's like to be unaware or uninformed. And then their deep-seated beliefs, their unwavering passion, and that complicated explanation combine to turn off the very people they need to turn on. When you communicate your idea in a purposefully simple way, your audience wants to know more. They ask questions, and then they come to a place of deeper understanding on their own. As a result of your message being simple, it's better understood, and more, it's repeatable, because your audience plays a role coming to that place of understanding. Never forget, when your message is simple, you get more buy-in, not less. Standing out, being simple, they're a good start, and they're not enough. People pay attention when you're daring. They understand when you're simple. They act when you're inspiring. How can I inspire you with my message? By knowing you and adapting what I say to what I know you need to hear, by taking on your perspective. For example, maybe you're not a Rimsky-Korsakov fan. Maybe you're more into Bach or vintage Broadway. Maybe you dig Elvis like this old Delta blues song made famous by the King. When you take the perspective of your audience and apply it to your incredible idea, you can create a message that inspires. Me, I think playing the xylophone for the first time in 30 years just to make a point is pretty frickin' daring. And I bet you'll agree, what seems like complicated technique or even God-given talent is really just intentional simplicity with a shit ton of practice. It's true, anyone can do this. Anyone can create a message that jumpstarts a revolution. Here's how. Have the guts to be daring. Keep it simple. And always take the perspective of your audience. Some of the greatest things to never happen should. And if your message can be as daring, as simple, as inspiring as a xylophone, well then, we'll all witness greatness in our lifetimes. I'm Zach Messler, and I'm a speaker who dares.